Human Rights Watch is accusing the Kurdistan Regional Government in Iraq of torturing children, forcing them to confess their affiliation with Islamic State. The humanitarian organisation has released some of its interviews with the victims.
They beat me with a stick and they gave me 5 to 10 electric shocks. And while they were giving me the shocks, they were beating me with a rod. They did this for 3 days in a row.
They gave me 5 electric shocks in a row on my arms, chest and upper legs. They said, you need to say you were with ISIS. Even if you weren't, you need to say it. On the 3rd day, I confessed.
At the trial, the judge asked if I was ISIS or not. I said I wasn't. He read my confession. I said my confession came from torture, but the judge didn't say anything. He sentenced me to 6 months.
According to the testimonies, the interrogation techniques included beatings with plastic pipes, electric cables or rods. Some described being tied in painful stress positions for several hours. They say they were also subjected to electric shocks, as you heard there. Several boys claim the torture continued for days, ending only when they confessed. Human Rights Watch say most of the children had no legal representation and were not allowed to speak to their families. Some of the children reportedly explained to a judge that their confession was made under torture, but their statements were ignored in court. Gregory Copley from the International Strategic Studies Association says this kind of tactic's been used in the wider war-torn region before.
We're seeing reports now that the Kurds have resorted to inhumane torture techniques. It gets down to the survival of tribes and nations, really. So people, when they're fighting desperately to survive as a community, will resort to whatever tactics are necessary. And look, we've seen in that region before, there's been fairly ruthless fighting even within the tribes, for example, of the Kurds.
Well, the Kurdish government commented on the report, insisting that all those who'd been arrested were treated in accordance with the law.